wonder how you would characterize the events that are unfolding in Los Angeles right now. Is it an emergency? Is it Fox News is calling it the LA riots? Is it a peaceful protest? What's happening and what are you seeing?
Well, I mean, look, Donald Trump has created the conditions you see on your TV tonight. He's exacerbated the conditions. He's, lit the proverbial match. He's putting fuel on this fire ever since he announced he was taking over the National Guard. An illegal act, an immoral act, an unconstitutional act, and we're going to test that theory with a lawsuit tomorrow.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Sorry to interrupt you, but Governor, so that's news. If you're going to sue the administration, tell me a little bit about it. Give us a preview of this lawsuit.
Well, under his executive order, it specifically notes, and under what the DOD did, is they had to coordinate with the governor of the state. They never coordinate with the governor of the state. I've worked with the National Guard. We've deployed the National Guard. We did 3,000+ folks have been doing logistics work and fire recovery work, and they're fighting the fires, the rattlesnake teams. We did the same back in George Floyd. We have no problem working collaboratively in a mutual aid system with local law enforcement, but there's a protocol, there's a process. He didn't care about that.
LA is prone, I might say, to a protest. They know how to do one, but this is certainly a flare-up. Gavin Newsom says it's overkill by Donald Trump. He's trying to make a political point. What do you think?
Let's talk about a couple of different things. By the way, it's good to see you. It is unusual, Laura, in this country for the President of the United States to call up the National Guard without the request of the governor. The National Guard under our system is a state-based system. They are not federal troops. The President of the United States does have the authority to federalize them, to call them into federal service, and that is what Trump has done here. But it is very, very rare. So that's what you're hearing Gavin Newsom complain about, amongst a bunch of other things, is that Donald Trump federalized his state National Guard without his approval.
Yeah, right. So I think I read in the LA Times that this hasn't happened without the behest of the California governor or any state governor. since 1965. Now, I don't know what that event was, but this hasn't happened since then.
Yeah, that would have been part of our civil rights movement back in the 1960s, and the president at the time decided that that the governor was not going to call up the federal troops, and the president wanted to restore order, and he did, which is exactly, I think, it's a nice parallel between what's happening now. I think Donald Trump was relatively confident. I think he's probably right. The Gavin Newsom was never going to call up the National Guard for this. It's very politically unpopular in very heavily progressively left-leaning California for the governor to call up the National Guard. That would be one of the last things that a progressive Democrat governor would want to do. So I think Donald Trump sort of anticipated, well, Gavin Newsom's not going to do this. I'm going to do it. The bigger issue is this, is how is this administration, the Trump administration, going to handle illegal immigration? Yes, there's a bunch of legal immigrants in Southern California. There's no question about it. Those are legal immigrants. There's also a bunch of illegal immigrants. How many times have we talked about the show, Laura, in the last couple of years about the millions of people coming over the border? Many of them are in Southern California, and I think that's why this has become the flashpoint for these types of activities.
Yeah, it's geographical too, not just because it is a Democrat state, right? Southern California, with the number of illegal immigrants overrepresented because, you know, you just got to look at the map, basically.
Yeah, it's proximity, and it's also the existing community. I mean, if you're coming in from Mexico, legally or illegally, it makes sense you want to be around people who will speak your language, understand your culture, maybe come from your same country. So yes, it's sort of legal immigration begets more legal immigration, but illegal immigration begets more illegal immigration as well. The real question is this, this goes back to the debate about Trump using a sledgehammer versus a scalpel. One of the biggest criticisms he's going to face here is that he's rounding up legal American immigrants, folks who are in the country legally. It's really hard to tell by looking at somebody if they're illegally or illegally.